have completed one of the two Gypsy journals or boho journals that I'm doing right now. So this one is finished. It will be in my Etsy, Pam Benny. I really like how it turned out. It's about 9 inches from just the book cover, and it's about 6.5, the cover. Let's see, it has 3 signatures. It is closed with this beautiful satin ribbon here. I love this fluffy trim because it's so much texture. Look how fun that is. And then it has this awesome fabric, and it's like a padded cover, a little bit of padding. And then I wrapped it with this beautiful sheer tiny sequins. And then I did sew around the fabric, and then I put it down with Fabri-Tac. But isn't that beautiful? And then here's the side. And when and then I did even try to like put a little bit of glue underneath some of the sequins because it's kind of delicate. You might have to be careful with that. But all the sequins, and look how beautiful that is. All those little glittery sequins, and I thought it went well with this color in here and the blue. And then here I've got another kind of a loopy trim, and I left, some of it kind of dangling here. You could cut that off, but I kind of like the way that looks. So you got this fringe here that wraps around, and then you've got a few things coming out of here. Like that. So let's open it up. See if I can, there. I think I'll move this over. Alrighty, so it's got, like I said, the really pretty gold satin ribbon. Here's the front, and some of it has this copper. A lot of the pages are torn. Isn't that pretty? And here is a, excuse me, I don't know if it was an earring or some piece of jewelry, but I thought that was pretty there. And then I have different fabric here in this little piece of embroidery, and then I have these cute little feathers. To me, it's all about the details, right? So you can see things poking out from here. Then here's this beautiful, kind of a bluish chiffon that's kind of coordinates with this blue and this color here, which are in her little turban, and I put some of that copper there in her bracelet, and then I put a little gem there, and then stitched around. Excuse me, it says sometimes you have to let go to be free. And then there's the tuck here and there, and it says Gypsy Goddess, and I added a little bronze and gold marker around this, and then added the little gems. We have coffee dyed paper that I had printed from a plastic tablecloth one summer. You can see a little bit of it here. And look how pretty this copper looks with this. And all the torn pages. A little copper there. Here I added this butterfly, and then I zigzagged down, and then I added that chiffon, kind of a fabric there. And then I added this, it's hard to see all the detail, but I added a lot of this little piece cut off on that sheer fabric. On this side of the envelope, a little ruffle here. And then inside, just have this little piece here with some papers and torn and inked. And more of the paper here. A pretty little digital print. This kind of a, I don't know what you call it, this paper here. And I did do a little stenciling down the side to kind of match this beautiful digital paper here. I used quite a few different kits. If there's one you're interested in, just let me know and I'll try to look it up. Otherwise, I'll see if I can add some of the digis I used. Here's some vintage music paper from 1893. And here's some of my dyed paper doilies. Here's some more, you can just see a little bit of the imprint of when I coffee dyed. Here, that opens up. So you can journal, journal, journal. And then here I added this piece of satiny fabric, more of that sheer fabric with some trim added, her some bling to her necklace. And on this side you have a really pretty butterfly. Added this little trim here. Here's an envelope. So this is the middle of the first signature. That opens up, and because of the gum, you know, on the envelope, I covered it with paper, did a little stenciling, and then I added paper here because it was white. I guess I could kind of ink that too. And then I have this piece to journal on, and then I added some stitching, some decorative stitching there and there. This has pretty lace here, which makes a tuck. The lace is here. And then I have this tag with some of the fabric. It's kind of a bark cloth fabric. And I just did a zigzag and a little bit of inking. It's a butterfly. I was going to add a different paper clip here. Yeah, let's add one of these purple ones. Oh boy, can I get it undone? All right. I don't want this white one. Let's put a pretty purple one here. There we go. So here, on the butterfly, I just added this for a little texture, a little something extra. And this clips here, and added this bark cloth, zigzagged. And here's some more dyed, coffee dyed paper, paper doily. Here's the Hungarian dances. It's the music paper. Hungarian dances, book 1. The Brahms. You can see some of the copper here. Did stenciling. And here I have a little place to journal on this pretty paper with a tag and oh, what happened? Sorry, Silk. I'm gonna have to put a different tie here. Maybe I can just tie it like this. I think sometimes the sari silk gets brittle. I got that, and then this little tag here. And I got more torn edges. Here's an envelope that I have added a butterfly to, and then I added the same little fibers there. Place to journal. And here's the lace on the side. A little trim here, and there's the lace. Pretty with the copper accents. And dyed paper. A pretty little pocket here. Added a little feather. Little trim there. I think that's Studio 28E. And some of the others, if you're interested, I'll have to look for that. Or if I can, I'll try to remember and put the links in the description. You can see some of this from this side, this pretty fluffy shabby rose. And this paper's pretty. I got the copper here, little copper accents there. With this, look at that beautiful lady, and added some bling. And a few pages. And this is the beginning of the second signature, and I have this little piece here, and I added the fringe. And then here I have this little flip out here, more copper. Maybe I can go down a little bit more. This was the flap for one of the envelopes here. So I added this little piece here, and then this here with that little doily. This is Studio 28E2. And then I have these little tickets that go right here. And then I added this. Here's the tickets. This fabric. It's got a little shimmer to it. I don't know if you can see it. A little stenciling. Then here, I added this little applique. This little cluster. Added a little trim here. Did some decorative stitching. A little applique and a couple appliques. This is some of that, excuse me, bark cloth that's on the cover of the other journal that I am working on. That'll be next. Added this little fiber there. This to the envelope. And then see the feather there? Right here. And this paper is so pretty. Added this card with beautiful trim. And we open up this envelope. Did the same thing, added some papers. papers here because it was white. I'll probably do a little bit of inking there. So now we have this card, and it has been stitched. A little bit of decorative stitching. Shabby Rose. Beautiful paper. It's a digi. Here we have a different applique. Little fabric pocket. We have a feather. So see how this paper coordinates with the envelope. So we got a little faux feather. And then this is a digi too, and I added a little trim to her dress in here. A little bit of a stencil. Coffee dye paper. Then this opens up, this little butterfly tuck. There's a little stitching here. This is an envelope. And I just added a little butterfly. Added this pretty sari sequin trim, or boho trim. Thought it went well with this here. And then I inked all around here, the envelope. Oh, you know what? I think there was... What happened? I think there was... Oh, here. This came off. I'm going to have to put this back on. This goes right here, and it matches the trim. Let me stop a minute and attach that. Okay, I reattached the little tassel. You can see some of the little beads here, too. So, oh yeah, that's an envelope. I think I forgot this is an envelope, so I need to stitch around and ink it. So I will do that. Leave that there. You can see the tassel, some beautiful sequined accent here. And yeah, I did some inking and a little collage here that's washi. Added that here and here. Added appliques that went with their outfits. And here we have clipped. I'll put the butterfly there. It kind of goes with that. Get a little bit of paper. And then here on the bottom are these pretty dangly beads that you can see right here. Beautiful paper. And then we have this sheer piece and a little sari bow at the top. This is the third signature. We have this sheer sparkly fabric and a little gem. And this fabric. And then clipped here. It's a little pocket. I added this to her dress. Little tab. And that for her hair. Little tab here. This music paper, and then I added this fun little fringe. And this little card I sewed around, added some trims, added that fabric. So it almost looks like it's kind of part of her dress there with the fringes. Another beautiful sequin trim. And I've got this little lady. Note card. There's some more of this beaded trim. This is a manila envelope with a journal card. And then we have a little shabby rose and a sequin trim. And then here is the beads. It's the third signature. Fibers here. Added paper. Beautiful paper here. Trim here on this side, you can see. Added little gems here. This is a tuck. And I have a few things added. Did some marker with the gold on her necklace and this coming down. She beautiful. It's pretty trim. A little dangle here. And added this to her hair. And a little gem at her necklace. A little tag. And another tag. Oh, I might have to come back and just do a little, I don't know, inking or stenciling there. Don't know if I like it so white. I don't know. We'll see. And then here I've got more trim. Added a little feather. And there was a butterfly in the digital kit under here. And I just layered this blue butterfly over it. And it fit perfectly. Vintage music paper, and then here I added this to her hair and some gems for her earrings. I think she's gorgeous. And this, some pretty trim here. And here is a bead here. I thought I had a couple of these. I know I did. Where'd they go? See, I don't know. Anyway, I got some gems, tape with this beautiful blue feather. I've got this sparkly trim and a little gem. I thought this kind of looked purpley, so I added that to the side. And then there's blue in here, so that's why I have the feather. And then this little charm that I had made. And that's attached to here. And that's the trim. So that is the flip through. I'm just going to see if I did have, I thought I had another beaded charm that I had made that I put in here, but maybe I didn't. Guess I didn't, but anyway, I've got plenty in here. Oh, I think I added this one. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and hope you enjoyed the flip through. And this is listed in my Etsy, Pam Van E. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.